Hey guys, and welcome to part 7 of Let's Play Pokemon Pearl. In the last part we started going into this cave, trying to find this Steven fella. I really don't know why he has to be in a cave, or why this letter has to be personally delivered. You know, just put an address on it, stamp it, put it in the post box, tell the president that you've done it, and then, you know, knock off early. But this cave isn't really that big, so we have now come to the end of it and have found Steven. And for some reason Steven is in the only lit part of this cave. I'm not too sure if he's got some sort of torch system going on. I really don't know, but yeah, I'm just glad we found him. You know, we spent a lot of our time trying to find this guy, so it's good to see we found him. It gives us a TM47, not really that great. Although my opinion of TMs that most of them aren't that great, and most of them are pretty useless, you know. Not all, just, you know, most that you come along that the gyms give you aren't too great, so we can use our escape rope and get straight out of here, which is very, very handy. I'm very glad they gave you the escape rope. So we actually start out with this cave. Is it just me, or did the older generations, like, the escape rope would take you to the nearest Poké Center? I'm not sure if that's just me or not, but yeah, in this generation you use an escape rope, you will warp to the Pokemon Center. So of course we're going to put Eric at the front. I was considering going off screen and doing a lot of grinding to get Eric's level up, but it did seem like I didn't really have to. There was really no need to do it because, you know, he was level 11, which is okay. It's not too great, but yeah, I just didn't see any need. I just decided to use him in battles and hope for the best. So this is the last stop in our journey with this old man, Slateport. So we're going to go along here, we're going to go to the beach, we're going to talk to this kid, and... oh, we're not going to fight that kid. We're going to talk to this fat guy and fight this fat guy. Pretty cool. So we land on the beach, which is like the first beach ever in a Pokemon game, so that's the first. So that's pretty handy. And of course, because it's a beach, there's mostly water Pokemon here. It does seem apparent, I would have to say, that if you wanted to have an easy time early on, you should have picked Treecko. Treecko's actually a really good Pokemon, and it's grass type, so up against all these, well, the first gym is rock, so you would have had no problem against the rock gym, and then you have a load of water Pokemon. I guess as long as you got like a bird Pokemon or a flying type Pokemon for the fighting, you know, overall you'll be okay. So Eric is being weakened. I'm always going to keep sending out Eric, so just because I do need him to level up, because he is definitely slacking behind. Yeah, you're definitely going to find a lot of water Pokemon and a lot of fighting Pokemon. Not a lot of fighting Pokemon, just quite a lot of water Pokemon. I really don't know what it is about this generation, but it really loves water Pokemon. Which is cool by me, because I like water Pokemon too, but at this stage in the game I don't actually have a member of my party that is really that good against water types, so I'm kind of winging it here. Damn it, I wish I had a Wingull, because then I could say I'm winging it with Wingull, and that would have been a funny pun and everyone would have laughed and it would have been amazing. Oh well. So here's a double battle for you. I didn't actually see those two little kids hiding in the sand waiting to ambush me by putting whatever the hell this item is down. But yeah, as you go along they will just appear and attack you. And one of them has a Surreal. A cool Pokemon. The baby version of Marill, in case you didn't know. I think this is the first game that it appeared in. Maybe? Because Marill was in the second gen, but I don't think the baby version was. That's something they started doing for the... yeah, that was the thing they started in the second gen, the baby Pokemon, but they seem to add quite a lot with each generation. Like the 4th generation had the baby version of Sudowoodo. Sudowoodo. I have no idea what I'm saying anymore. So one good thing about Kips I've noticed, one very handy thing. I don't think I mentioned this when it evolved, but once it evolved, it actually turned into a water ground type. So pretty much what that means, without explaining every single type and what that means for every single type, grass type Pokemon and grass type moves are going to be ×4 effective against it, but it does mean it now learns some decent ground moves, so really up against electric Pokemon that usually water Pokemon would be, you know, very wary of and would just get their ass kicked against electric types. Now with Kips, I have no problem, really. I have Mud Shot, which is a ground attack, so it's super effective against electric type, so Again, a very good Pokemon to pick. And this is the first generation where they really started doing that. Where they actually started having your main Pokemon split into different types, so that's pretty cool. It's pretty handy. So this is Slateport, and here's a queue of people that do not look sinister and evil at all. I saw them and thought, right, I'm not going to have anything to do with that. I need to heal my Pokemon before any battling goes on. So I healed my Pokemon, came back, this queue was still here. So let's see what's going on, let's talk to this woman. Oh, it's a line. Okay, that makes sense. You should have bought your Game Boy Advance. What are you doing going outside without a Game Boy Advance? Okay, let's read the sign. I didn't want to read the sign, I wanted to talk to you. I wanted to know how your day was. I don't care about the sign. Oh well, there's this big queue. I don't think I actually end up talking to every single person. They all pretty much just say we're definitely not evil, wink, and that we honestly really want to go to this museum because they're all queuing up for the museum. But of course, as that guy mentioned, the name Captain Stern, we are here to go see Captain Stern. I talked to that guy again. I have no idea why. Our boss is brilliant. What does he want us to do in a museum? Come on, guys. You're blatantly evil. You know, nobody just wants to go to a museum. And that's not to offend any people that like museums, but, you know. In a Pokemon game, museums, not that great. Right, so this is Stern's shipyard. Wanted a sailor? Well, I'm not gonna, you know, mention or question his sexuality, but you put a sign outside saying wanted a sailor, people are gonna ask questions, alright? You better have a boat, or you're gonna get some, you know, interesting characters showing up. So this guy is #1 arsehole right here. You come here and say, oh hey, I've got these goods, and he's like, oh, we got some goods, Captain Stern isn't here. Can you go find them for me? Because even though it's my job and I get paid to do this and you're just some random kid, I really can't be bothered because I'm bored and I've lost my sense of adventure or any lease for life, so I'm just going to sit here and be bored and get paid to do bugger all while you go and do all my work for me. And I'm not even going to let you give me the Denver goods because I can't be bothered to hold on to them. I can't be bothered. Yeah, that's my question. Why couldn't you just give him the Denver goods and, you know, take it to his shipyard and leave it there? It's crazy. And that guy is mental. That is a mental case guy, that is. I don't know if you managed to read it in time, but he is saying that the sea is probably Pokemon's tears, all gathered up. I mean, what is he talking about? What's wrong with him? Why does he honestly think that? I mean, I know Pokemon are, you know, amazing things in this world, but oh, come on. You know, what are you talking about? Maybe like a load of Blastoises or something like that. But that's something I never really understood. Okay, this is going a bit off topic, but these battles are kind of a bit boring anyway, so... In the anime and all that, whenever they were like, we're so thirsty, we need water, why couldn't they just get like Squirtle to pour him a bottle of water? I mean, where is that water coming from for water Pokemon? Maybe they have some sort of like condensing shell, so all the water in the air condenses on them and they absorb it and then they can use that. But I can't remember, I think in some episodes water types ran out of water, but I don't know, man. I mean, it's really weird how they decided that water would be handled. Because obviously, if you can just find a Pokemon that can vomit water, why wouldn't you drink that water? Is it like seawater, so you would just die, or do they just not want to, you know, practically kiss a Squirtle? Because that's pretty much what they would be doing, I guess. I really don't know. It didn't make any sense to me. So yeah, I'm coming back to doing all these battles. You know, I did miss a load of them getting to the Pokemon Center, but I really want, you know, I'm doing all these battles so I can level up Eric. You know, Eric is still level 11, and frankly, that won't do in my party. Not in Honest Tom's 23's party. Yeah, you got to pull your weight. So again, a very annoying battle. One thing this generation also likes, as well as well, double battles, water Pokemon, and the other one is Supersonic and confusing people and confusing Pokemon. Wingull knows it, Zubat knows it, Tentacle knows it, and you're going to be fighting those Pokemon quite a bit. Well, not so much Zubat, but Wingull and Tentacle come out quite a lot, and the first move they always use is Supersonic, and it's so annoying. It's really annoying. because it's so random. It's random if you're gonna actually hit or just be confused and hit yourself. So here's a seaside house, which sounds like a pretty good place to me to do some training. I'm gonna talk to the guy. I'm the owner. People call me Mr. C. No, they don't. You're just lying. Oh, cool, and a reward. Yeah, might as well defeat these trainers then. I always do like prizes. So yeah, this the rest of this part is actually going to be me fighting Dwayne, and also the other 2 trainers in this place. Because you go in here, you fight 3 trainers, you get a prize. And again, you shouldn't really be expecting too much of a prize because you're only fighting like level 11 Pokemon, and there's only like 3 trainers in here. So I got quite lucky there with the confusion. I slagged off being confused, but you do get lucky sometimes. Eric actually managed to take out a Wingo all by himself, so I'm pretty proud of that. He did a good job. He did a good job. But yeah, because Eric was confused, I decided just to switch him out. And he gained to level 12. Very cool, very nice. Yeah, this is all just one big excuse to train. I couldn't really find any decent places to actually level up Eric in the grass or in the area without it either A, taking forever, or B, just being annoying to do. So, because you know how good a place to grind is depends on what type of Pokemon you have, what sort of moves it has, you know, what it's weak to. So if I tried to do it in Granite Cave, I would have just been there forever, and it just would have been really boring and dull. So yeah, so that's the first trainer done. The next trainer is a beauty, apparently. Well, that's subjective, really. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder and all that crap. I don't know why I said that, but right. So we're fighting Goldeen level 13. Decided to obviously switch out for Kips because Gummy is level 18 thanks to how well it did in the last gym, and Kips is still level 17. So kind of have to still level Kips up here. So you know, I try my best when I play these games to keep all the levels as even as possible. You know, I think that's pretty much the 2, you know, ways of doing this game. You can either A, have a squad, take your time, spend ages trying to level out all your Pokemon to like the exact same level, which is I think what most people do. Or B, you can do the other method where you just have like 2 Pokemon. You catch like 6 or whatever, because you don't really care, but you only use like 2 Pokemon for the whole game. And because of how over-leveled and how powerful they are, you just don't lose. You just do so well that you don't lose. I mean, I've seen many Let's Play on the internet where they have just used 1 Pokemon and just burnt through everything they found in their path just because of how powerful it was. The main one I'm thinking of is Montagical's LP of Pokemon Red. Which, Montagical, I really love their Let's Play, but I wouldn't recommend going to check that one out. It's kind of long, they don't really know what they're doing. I think most people get frustrated at it, but I really, you know, they just used Charizard the whole time, so if I just used Kips the whole time I would have been okay, but so that's the last trainer defeated, and we're kind of coming to the end of the part. So in the next part we will explore more of this place, but first off we're gonna get that reward. Okay, we earned this reward. I'm more than just satisfied. Come on, what do you got? Oh, Soda Pop. Wow, it must be my 8th birthday, because I'm sure... Oh, see you next time.